The real secret to sex appeal for women who need to make over their style. So you want to have sex appeal like maybe Beyonce? Well, the secret to that kind of sex appeal is going to come at the cost of doing a lot of crunches, a lot of lunges, and choosing a peat protein shake over an In-N-Out burger. And many of us are not willing to make that trade. We love In-N-Out burgers. However, is there a secret to sex appeal that will work with your current body shape and your current age bracket? Of course there is. You just have to learn to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. And that really is what a makeover is all about, redrawing the boundary lines of your comfort zone. And this time, we're going to redraw that boundary line so it includes a neighborhood called Sex Appeal on the corner of Sexy and Sassy. So the first boundary line that needs to be drawn is the fabrics that you use in your wardrobe. So we need to redraw that boundary line. You're going to need to add fabrics like mesh, sheer materials, and lace. Now, don't worry, this doesn't mean that your work wardrobe should look like a Victoria's Secret store, okay? But they do include some similar fabrics, such as the lace and the sheer and the mesh. I will admit that. However, imagine this. You have your work outfit is a black pantsuit. And instead of a kind of traditional, kind of boring top, you use some of the options that I've told you. So instead you wear like a lace turtleneck with it. The reason all of these fabrics have sex appeal is that there is just a hint of skin with them, okay? It's not full on, everything's hanging out. It's a hint of skin with each one of these options I presented to you. Now see this one here, it's still very conservative. I mean, it's a turtleneck for crying out loud, right? So look, under it you have a simple black, simple tank top or a camisole underneath. And you see there's just a hint of skin around the neckline and on the arms as well. And for those of you that are still uncomfortable with that, there's many people that don't like to show off their arms. Remember, you're wearing this under a jacket, so that's going to be covered up. But again, you have this lace fabric that's very feminine and this hint of skin, okay? And that's the secret to using these fabrics to have extra sex appeal to your wardrobe. You could also use mesh. So look at that. Instantly, this outfit looks a lot trendier simply because of the fabric that we use. Again, just like with the turtleneck option, it has the camisole underneath, and there is just the hint of skin, again, around the neckline of it. But again, look, it just dressed up the outfit so much more, made it a lot trendier, a lot more interesting. And then last but not least, the sheer option. Again, under this, you would wear a tank top or a camisole, and it's still very conservative. Look, it has like a bow tie at the neckline. It has a very high neckline. It's still very conservative, but it has this little hint of skin, or hint of like, it has a little bit of see-through going on, but it's not really seeing through to anything. Remember, you have a tank top or a camisole underneath. And again, those of you that going, I wouldn't want to wear this to show my arms, you're wearing a jacket over it. Nobody would see your arms anyway. Okay, so you don't have to discount options like this simply because you go, oh, I can't wear something sleeveless. Actually, you probably can. So again, to add sex appeal to your wardrobe, you're going to want to look at those three fabrics that I just gave you here in the video. There you go. Your comfort zone has already been expanded in the fabrics that you consider and are sprinkling throughout your wardrobe. The next way to expand your comfort zone and add sex appeal is in the tops that you choose. And so for this section, you really have to open your mind to all the options that are available to you. Many of you, if you go shopping online or in person at a physical brick and mortar store, there are whole sections of the store that you don't even consider, don't even go browse through because you go, I can't wear that. There's plenty of tops that you see and go, that's not going to work for me. And so instead, of going, that's not going to work for me, you need to ask, how can I make this work for me? And I'm going to give you those options. So you can go into other areas of the stores, like the exercise section, look at the cute yoga tank tops and t-shirts that they have, venture into the teen department and see what sort of trendy items that they have there. Teen departments now have many larger sizes, so those of you thinking like, I can't, they don't carry my size there, you'd be surprised if you haven't been there for a while of the range of sizes that are available there. Okay, so the reason why this is a way to add sex appeal is because by opening your mind to the possibilities, you now can have sassy sort of tops. So look at this one here that says naturally sassy. So again, this may not be appropriate at the law firm, you walking around with a tank top that says naturally sassy. However, you may be able to get away with it at other workplaces, or imagine this tank top without the lettering on it. It's just a simple, loose, gray, yoga style tank top. Still very stylish. And again, those of you going, that shows way too much skin, I can't wear that at work, I would be totally uncomfortable, I can't wear that. Guess what? There's this thing called layering. You can wear a jacket or a cardigan over it, okay? So you would still be able to wear these things that are very sassy, but you're just gonna layer it with them. So same thing with sexy. This is a sexy camisole. You can see it has this beautiful lace detail around the neckline, and it has the spaghetti straps. And again, many of you may have saw this top and go, I can't wear spaghetti straps. Again, ask, how can I make this work for me? So through layering, we know, okay, well, you can wear it with a regular bra where your bra strap shows, and then wear a jacket or cardigan over it. Nobody even sees that you're wearing a regular bra with it, okay? And if you would have discounted this top, you would have completely missed out on the option of having this top with that beautiful neckline there that looks stunning on you, simply because you discounted it because of the spaghetti straps. Again, open your mind and go, how can I make this work for me? Okay? For many of us, that's going to be through layering. And the last one is trendy. And I can hear you. I hear the boos. For those of you watching the video now that don't like Justin Bieber, I actually like Justin Bieber. Okay? And so this is a very fun top. It's trendy. And many of you can wear it because it's interesting. So even if you don't like Justin Bieber, you would wear it and be it would be ironic and funny, and people would laugh when they see the shirt. But the thing is, you would be wearing something interesting and different than most people, okay? And it has that little element of mystery, which is a key ingredient, or like an it factor, in creating sex appeal. So you can choose these trendy sort of tops. Like I said, it may be in the teen section of the store. You can venture in there and you can make these things work for you and be funny and show off your personality. That's sex appeal, okay? And these are how you can add sex appeal, you know, without doing a million crunches, okay? So let's go through an example. This is a gorgeous blue suede tank top. Again, many of you would have seen this in a store and automatically didn't even consider buying it, okay? However, layering, you can do it. So you can wear it with under a blazer, great piece for layering. You can wear a cardigan over it, looks great with that. So again, if you did not open your mind to these possibilities, you would have missed out on this great layering piece. So it's gorgeous, one, because of the beautiful blue color, but secondly, because of the fabric that's used. So it's this beautiful blue suede fabric, looks great under a jacket, looks great under a cardigan. And again, you found a way to take this and make it work for you. So again, this section of the tops that you choose to add sex appeal is all about just opening your mind to the different possibilities that are out there for you. So your comfort zone, it keeps getting bigger and bigger. So we expanded it first with the fabrics that you use. Next, we looked at the tops that you used. And lastly, we are going to expand your comfort zone by creating an hourglass silhouette. Okay, so even if you don't have an hourglass silhouette, we're going to fake it till you make it, right? Or even if you never make it, we're gonna fake it, okay? Hourglass silhouette is just sexy. We all know that. I don't have to convince you guys watching this video here. What I do have to convince you of is that you can kind of fake it even if you don't have it. And the way that you're gonna help to fake that is with the use of belts. So there's many ways that you can do this. One is you can belt dresses. So dresses that you have that you currently wear to work or to church or whatever, how can you add a belt to it? To, again, it makes it look like it has a little bit more of a waist. It creates more of an hourglass silhouette. I know I have bought dresses that look awful. You would think it looks awful if you just saw it on a regular hanger. But I didn't buy it for that purpose. I bought it because I go, I'm going to add a belt to that and it's going to be fierce. And I get compliments on it all the time. But when I get home, you know, and I take off the belt and I'm just walking around the house in the dress, I'm like, this dress really does not look good. But it's because it was bought to be belted like that. And so items that you currently have in your wardrobe, or when you go shopping for dresses, open your mind and go, hey, can I add a belt to it? It's going to create that hourglass silhouette, add a little bit of sex appeal. Again, for those of us that don't want to do, you know, lunges until we collapse. Next is you can belt cardigan. So you can see here she's wearing a dress. We already talked about belting a dress, but it has the cardigan over it, and you wear the belt over it again to create more of an hourglass shape, or to create some curves even if you don't have them, or you don't have them in the right places, okay? And you see just wearing the cardigan over, or the belt over the cardigan. And lastly, through the use of wide belts. So there are belts that are pretty wide that you can wear over a skirt, like shown here in the picture. So you have the skirt and you tuck in the top into the wide belt. And so for those of you, you don't have to wear a big gold wide belt like your Wonder Woman. You don't have to do that. You can just get a regular like brown belt or a black one or something like that, and wide belt, and wear it in that similar fashion. But again, it's going to do the same thing, create that hourglass silhouette, make it sexier even if you don't have that hourglass silhouette. So there's that trick there to help create that. So again, let's take this simple work outfit, basic black dress, black high heels. The dress has a little bit of shape to it, but instantly look, if you add a belt to it, the belt makes the dress have this great hourglass silhouette. And look, the dress looks trendier, it looks more stylish, it looks more fashionable just by adding this belt to the outfit. So again, that's how you up the sex appeal factor, because it adds this it factor that makes it a little bit mysterious, like who is this well-dressed woman? So it's a great way to add sex appeal. So we're going to go through a few examples to make sure you really got all the information that was here in the video. So let's add some sex appeal to a typical work outfit. So here we have a basic work outfit, a button-up white blouse, a gray pencil skirt, and black high heels. So let's use fabrics to up the sex appeal of this work outfit. And so the fabric that we chose to do that is a lace. So you can see here, this lace top, again, very conservative. You can wear this to the law firm, okay? All it is, it has lace on the sleeves and around the neckline. And you can see, still perfectly conservative, but it is a little bit more feminine. It does have a little added sex appeal because, again, what is it? That hint of skin is showing there. So instantly we took this outfit, made it have more sex appeal. So here we go. Let's add some sex appeal to a typical work outfit one more time. So here we are. Here's that work outfit. Now we're going to go tops. Let's add that sex appeal. Look at that here. We're adding a sassy top in memory of when I cared. So many of you would have gone to the store, you would have seen this online and just like chuckled to yourself, oh, that's funny, and then just moved on and not realize that, hey, you could actually do something with it. So you can wear this with the pencil skirt, you just tuck it in, very cute outfit, but again, you might not be able to get away with that at every workplace. And if you're not too cool about showing off your arms, you might not want to wear this to work. However, what did I tell you before? You layer it, right? So here's what you do. You add that cardigan to it. Now you can wear it to work, and it's super sassy, super fun, full of sex appeal. That outfit has that it factor that I was talking about before that just shows off your personality. You'll probably get some good laughs too by wearing that. And again, you would find those tops maybe not in the area that you typically shop in because you think you can't wear them. You can. All you have to do is layer them. So again, let's add some sex appeal to a typical work outfit. One final example, okay? You guys are really going to have it after this. So here's that outfit again. Now let's go, okay? Let's make an hourglass silhouette using belts. So we're going to swap that. We have that cardigan we showed before, that beautiful burgundy cardigan. And then you're going to belt around it. Remember we showed that earlier in the video with a leopard print belt. Well, one, Hello, it's leopard. Sexy, right? With the leopard print belt. But then belted around the cardigan, more of that hourglass silhouette, okay? And you would still wear the white blouse underneath it. And instantly, sex appeal. Simple additions to your wardrobe or just simple ways of styling it to add that extra bit of sex appeal. So there you have it. I gave you your 3 secrets to create some sex appeal. So it was the hourglass silhouette with belts. It was in the top choices. Remember, you may have to venture into other areas of the store, expand what you would normally consider. And then in your fabric choices, remember I talked about using mesh, using lace, using sheer materials that have a hint of skin to help create that added sex appeal. And there is one additional way to get that extra sex appeal. Hire Beyonce's personal trainer. That's the last and final way that you can create some added sex appeal. So hopefully you've learned I gotta expand my comfort zone, and I gave you the ways to do that. Okay, if you're interested in expanding your comfort zone even more, you're going to want to check out the video series on YouTube called Pop Tarts. Okay, that series is all about learning how to tart up your wardrobe. So for that one, you're going to learn to tart it up a little bit by looking at style icons from pop music. So we do look at Beyonce, Katy Perry, Rihanna, Miley Cyrus, and Britney Spears to find ways to tart it up a little bit and bring the sexy back to our wardrobe. And this applies to whether you are a mom of 3 or grandmother of 3, you will be able to use some of the tips shown in that video series because I feel like there's always room for a little tart. So to learn how to tart it up, just go look at that video series and that playlist and learn from the best, Beyonce, right? On how to create additional sex appeal. If you're interested in even more of a makeover happening and you want to learn how to go from plain Jane to captivating and chic, just visit nomoreplainjane.com. That is nomoreplainjane.com, and you can get started with your free makeover. Thank you for watching the video, and now go out and add some sex appeal to your wardrobe. Thanks for watching. Bye.